It's game time. Hello, everybody, and happy Christmas. Or, well, Christmas Eve, but you know what I mean. Whatever. All right, let's see. You know what I mean. So, yeah, what was it? uh, all right, everything's good. So, yeah, what was it? Just wanted to have a quick Christmas Eve stream. Uh, Yeah, since I'm not sure if I'm gonna stream I'm not sure if I'm gonna stream on Friday. I might not just because, it's the day after Christmas. I might stream on Saturday instead. What yeah. But yeah, what was it? So yeah, I'm just going to this is probably gonna be a shorter stream. I'm just gonna go over some quick news stories. Gonna Yeah, what was it? Some stuff I thought was interesting. But I do want to get through this kind of quickly because it is Christmas Eve. Well, still got some stuff to do. Want to make sure I'm well rested for Christmas, as I hope the rest of you are. And yeah, what was it? So yeah, let's just get into the stories real quick. Starting with what was it? Something that's a couple days old at this point, but I still kind of want to talk about. I still think is interesting. Yes. What was it? AC Milan v Como league game in Australia cancelled. Yes, well, this story comes to us from the BBC Sports and was written by Adam Millington. Now, as some people might not have heard, because the Barcelona versus Villarreal game in Miami was a very similar story, and because it involved Barcelona, kind of took precedent. But yes, what was it? AC Milan and Como were also planning to play a league game outside of Italy, but for them it was Perth, Australia, and as you can see, it got canned. Just like the Barcelona v Villarreal game. So yeah, what was it? Yeah, like I said, I feel like this story got kind of overshadowed by the Barcelona versus Villarreal story. Just because it was a bigger club and a more yeah, a more well-known what was it, venue for it. But I do think this story is also important because what was it? Uh, Oh, hello, Trigger Junior. It's what was it? Thank you for the first time chat. Or was it? Oh yes. So yeah, what was it? Can you react to my soccer vid? Um, sure, I guess I can, but what was it? I'm just kind of trying to have a short stream today. Maybe I can do it like Friday or Saturday. Yeah, it's Christmas Eve, so I'm just trying to have a short stream. What was it? Try and get to bed early today. But I could check out one of your videos some other day. Yeah, bet. Oh, alright. So yeah, where was I? Oh yeah. Yeah, AC Milan versus Como. Yes, what was it? So yeah, Serie A was also planning to play a league game in a foreign country, specifically Australia. As I said, this story got kind of overshadowed by Barca v Villarreal, but no, I am not an AI. I am in fact a real person. Yes. Well, oh crap! Come on. What was it? Yeah. Yeah. Just because I'm talking through a cartoon doesn't mean I'm not real. I am a real person behind this. So let's see. Yes. An Italian league match in Australia between AC Milan and Como will no longer take place following football sanctions imposed by the Asian Football Confederation, says Serie A. So yes, what was it? Unlike the Barcelona versus Villarreal game in Miami, which I believe happened due to due to US Soccer telling them no, they couldn't do it, or was it US Soccer or was it UEFA? I don't know. It was one of those two. These plans were actually ended because of the Asian Football Confederation telling them they weren't allowed to do it. So yes, what was it? I do feel this is a good thing. I do feel like, foreign leagues playing league games in like foreign countries is a bit of a slippery slope because I feel like, soccer at the highest level is just becoming so unpersonal, so disconnected from the communities that, what was it, the teams are meant to be a part of. And I don't know, I feel like playing league games in foreign countries is just I don't know, just becomes like the ultimate separation from that. It's like these teams were formed by, people from their local areas to sort of represent them. And, obviously they've become businesses now that are kind of, impersonal as businesses often are, as big corporations often are. I don't know, but it's good to draw a line somewhere. It's good to draw a line somewhere and say, you know what? No, I don't I think this is too much. I think this is going too far. And I do think playing league games in foreign countries is a good place to put that line. And I am happy that these plans have I am happy that these plans have failed so far, but I don't think this is the last time people are going to try them. I do think people are going to try to do similar stuff like this again. Yeah. What was it? There's just too much money in it. which is yeah, which is just really which is really just, the driving force behind all of this. It's just there's money in it. There's money in playing games in other countries like this. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. No, it's just make more money, make more money. That is just the main I don't know. Whenever there's a decision in like top flight soccer that that you probably disagree with or you think is bad for the game, what was it? And you're wondering why they're probably doing it. It's making more money. That's their main. That's like 9 times out of 10. That's their main motivation for it. Uh, The game had reluctantly been approved by FIFA in October alongside a La Liga match between Villarreal and Barcelona. Okay, so no. So it was US Soccer, I think, that put the kibosh on the Barcelona versus Villarreal game. So like so like yeah, what was it? Obviously UEFA isn't really going to be much help, if this happens in the future with like games with like leagues wanting to play games abroad. And what was it? These plans were stopped. The Australia plans were stopped by the Asian Football Confederation. So it looks like it's really going to be on, what was it? The foreign leagues and the foreign football confederations themselves to, kind of be, the line between to sort of act as a line between, teams and leagues wanting to play league games in foreign countries. Because what was it? I feel like if like teams and leagues from like bigger confederations start playing like in their countries, like what was it? When Barcelona and Villarreal wanted to play in Miami, they wanted to play in Miami, Florida. You know that MLS was not okay with that. It's like, what was it? It it's like if people could go see, Barcelona versus Villarreal, why would they go watch Inter Miami versus freaking New York FC? I don't know, man. So yeah. Yeah, it's obvious. It's the what was it? It's the national leagues and federations not wanting to be overshadowed. I feel like is going to be the main yeah, is going to be the main wall here, which is also about, making money, just a different entity making money, which isn't great, but, at least helps have something good happen. which would have been held in Miami. That game was also canceled. Yes. The match in Italy's top flight, which was due to be played in Perth, Western Australia, in February, would have been the first European League game staged abroad. Yeah, what was it? I am glad that this plan I am glad that this plan, what was it, ended up getting stopped because what was it? European leagues playing league games abroad feels like something which is like, when the dam cracks, when the dam finally cracks, I don't think there's going to be anything to stop it. Other leagues are going to want to get in on that. Other leagues are going to want to get in on like the foreign money, which, is already a driving factor behind a lot of like bigger, soccer clubs' decisions. So it's like, yeah, I feel like once the first I feel like once the first, European League game abroad happens, I feel like there's no going back. What was it? It's a slippery slope. So yeah, I think we need to fight this as hard as we can because it's like because I don't see this having good effects on, soccer if it happens. Oh, hey Ryan. Popping in to say, "Oh yeah, I don't mind, man." Yeah, what? Yeah, yeah. What is it like? One. Yeah, what is it? 1 a.m. for you on Christmas Eve? Yeah, I don't blame you, man. Have a good night. Merry Christmas, dude. Yeah, yeah. Sleep well, man. Let's see. Financial risks and late complications meant it was impossible for the match to go ahead, said Serie A's president. In the face of an escalation of further and unacceptable requests arrived in the last few hours by the AFC towards the Australian Federation and consequently the government of Western Australia. Wait, what? Okay, so not just what was it, the Asian Football Confederation, but the freaking Australian government got involved in this shit? Wait, the Western Australian government? Wait, is the Australian government separated into into regions like Western, Eastern, Northern, Southern? I don't know. I don't know how the Australian government works. Who knows? And the Serie A Football League, it has become impossible to play the Milan-Como game in Perth on 8th of February. Ezio Simonelli. Alright, so that's the Serie A president? Alright. The plans had initially favored difficulty because... Oh, wait, no. The plans had originally... I can't read today. God damn it. The plans had initially faced difficulty because of conditions set by the AFC, such as having to use Asian match officials. What? Why would they have a problem using Asian match officials? But Simonella had said this week the game would go ahead. Why was using Asian match officials a difficulty? They're in Asia. Asia has match officials. I don't really see the issue there. Whatever. Como had previously made the case for playing games abroad, saying, "Sacrifice is essential to ensure the survival of Serie A amid the financial dominance of the Premier League." I mean, probably. I mean, I do kind of, what was it, give them credit for being open that this is like a money making thing. But I do also think that them being like, "Oh, this is essential to ensure that Serie A survives," is a bit manipulative because it's like, is this really what soccer has come to? It's like I know it is. I know it pretty much is, at the highest level what soccer has come to, but I don't know, that's just sad to think about. Like crap. And to come from like Serie A, it's like back in the old days in like the 90s and 2000s, Serie A was freaking on top of the world when it came to soccer. So I do kind of understand from a certain point them wanting to kind of, you know, what was it, try to reattain their old glory and be the best again. But this is just wrong. This is just totally separate. This is just another level of separation from the communities and, what was it? The people who actually make the club, which is the local supporters. I don't know. It's just not a good it's just not a good direction to move in, you know. It's just not a good move. Football Supporters Europe, FSE, was critical of the plans, saying, "One domestic match abroad is too many." Yeah, what was it? And the thing is, it's like I said before, it would never stop at one. Once one happened, there would be more. There would definitely be more. The floodgates open, there's no stopping it. Premier League chief executive Richard Masters said in August there are no plans to play an English top flight match abroad. Well, all right, I guess that's good because like what was it? If the freaking Premier League did this, if the Premier League, the biggest league in the world did this, then it would definitely become standard. Then it would like there would just be no stopping it. And what was it? They are right in that this would be hugely successful. This would definitely bring in a ton of money. If the Premier League were the first ones to do that, to capitalize on that, I don't know. They would just become unstoppable, man. I don't know. They're already the richest league in the world. It's like become even stronger, I guess. God damn. How much money do you need? So yeah, AC Milan versus Como. League game in Australia cancelled. As I said before, what was it? This story kind of got overshadowed by Barcelona and Villarreal wanting to play a game in Miami, because it's Barcelona and Miami. But I do feel this story is also important because, like I said, I feel like once one, top flight European league plays a game abroad, I feel like it's definitely going to become standard. It's a floodgate type thing. I feel like once it happens once, what was it? And you actually see how much money comes in from it, all of the other leagues are definitely are definitely going to want to get, what was it? Stick their finger in the pie or whatever the saying is. Want their piece of the pie. So I think it's a good thing that both of these plans ended up getting canned, but I don't think this is going to be the last time that people try to do stuff like that. There's too much potential money in it. So it's like, what was it? If you disagree with this kind of thing happening like I do, you got to make sure to make your voice heard. What was it? You got to make sure to stand up for what you think is right, what you think is good for the game. Yeah. So yeah, what was it? So yeah, that was pretty much all I had to say for this article. Next up, got one from The Guardian. Let's see. Written by, let's see. Infantino gets his way, but countries fear AFCON switch will hit them in the pocket. Yes, we're talking about AFCON, that totally uncontroversial tournament that no one ever talks about. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, this story comes to us from The Guardian. By I can't find I can't find a writer for this. I can't find who wrote it. I don't know if anyone can see it. Tell me. Political backbiting has led to accusations FIFA is running the show as tournament switches to 4-year cycle. Wait, political backbiting? Do they mean backstabbing? I've never heard the term political backbiting before. Is that a real thing? Hold on. Oh, back biting. Back bosses? Wait, what the hell? What did I press? Alright, hold on. What the hell? Political backbiting is the act of saying spiteful, unkind, or damaging things about a political rival or colleague when they aren't present, often to undermine their reputation, spread negativity, and gain advantage, especially attacking someone's turn. Okay. I mean, that sounds a lot like backstabbing to me, but who knows? Whatever. Well, that was dumb. It was a decision that took many by surprise, although not those who have been watching closely since February of 2020. Members of the Confederation of African whatever, CAF, Executive Committee, along with various other dignitaries, including George Weah, the son of, you know, what was it, American soccer player Timothy Weah, who is totally just as famous. Yeah. Damn. The former Ballon d'Or winner and president of Liberia at the time were assembled in Rabat at a seminar to hear Gianni Infantino outline his plan for the development of competition and infrastructure in African football. Yep. And I'm sure, yes, and I'm sure that many of the things that he discussed and promised, what was it, during that seminar have totally been followed through on. Surely. Crap. As well as improving standards in refereeing and mobilizing investment in the continent's infrastructure. The president of FIFA floated the prospect of holding its most important tournament, the African Cup of Nations, every 4 years instead of every 2 years, and described the current arrangement as useless. Yeah, oh crap, what was it? Yeah, what was it? There's always a lot of talk about like AFCON and stuff like that, and I don't know. I feel like I try to avoid it just because it gets a bit too heated for me. But yeah, I'm not really sure how I feel about this. I'm not really sure this is a great idea. But yeah, well, let's continue. The argument ran that it would be more beneficial for countries at the commercial level and would help to project African football to the top of the world. Let us show the world what we can do, added Infantino. This day is special, and it's the start of a new chapter for African football. More than 5 years on, and Infantino has got his way. From 2028 onward, from 2020 onward, what the hell? From 2028, a tournament that has caused big disruption to European leagues for more than 3 decades due to its scheduling in the middle of the domestic season will now take place in 4-year cycles. Yeah, that is one of the talking points about, you know, what was it, AFCON, is that it takes place during the winter, you know, what was it, in the middle of most European league seasons, so most African players end up having to leave in the middle of the season to go play for it, you know, what was it? There's a big thing with Sadio Mane, with Victor Osimhen, with, you know, Mohamed Salah, and it's like, what was it? I don't blame the teams for being upset, you know, with losing a lot of their best players. But what was it? Obviously, you know, the African obviously Africa has to have their tournament in winter because that's the only place that that's the only time that you can play soccer in Africa. In a lot of places in Africa. So, like, obviously there's some reason to be upset. There's some good reason to be upset, but like they gotta have their tournaments. And it's like they can't have it during the summer. People will die. People will freaking die of heat stroke. Oh god, I don't know. What was it? It's crazy. That may be welcomed by many Premier League managers and sporting directors, but there are understood to be widespread fears within several African federations that they that they will lose out as a consequence, with 80% of CAF's revenue having historically been drawn from AFCON. Oh shit, 80%? 80% of CAF's revenue coming from AFCON. Goddamn. Well, you know what? Actually, what was it? Actually, it's pretty much the same with FIFA and the World Cup. So it's like, all right, you know what? That's actually not too unheard of. That kind of makes sense, actually. But yeah, what was it? But obviously, the AFCON is not as popular, is not as, successful as the World Cup. So yeah, that probably is going to be a bit of a dent. It was instructive to see CAF's president, Patrice Motsepe, flanked by FIFA's general secretary, Matthias Grafstrom, when he confirmed the plans on the eve of the latest edition of AFCON in Morocco at the weekend. Despite stating in 2021 that he disagreed with Infantino because we need the money, I appreciate his honesty. I really do. What was it? Motsepe, the South African billionaire who also owns Mamelodi Sundowns. Oh, hey, I'm pretty sure Usain Bolt played for that team for a while. And is thought to harbor political ambitions in his homeland, because of course he does, is banking on the launch of an annual African Nations League. Of an annual African Nations League in 2029 to help fill the gap. Okay, what was it? Alright, I mean, starting an African Nations League, that's. Hmm. Alright, that's interesting. That could help out. CAF also announced plans on Monday to increase its annual contribution to all 54 of its member nations from $200,000 to $1 million. 742,000, I think that's euros, a year, and also promised that financial resources will also be allocated to paying competitive salaries to CAF employees. Uh, yeah. I mean, sure. I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure some of that money will go towards, actually good causes, but like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of it's just gonna go into like people's pockets. You know what I mean? And not like the people that actually deserve it. I mean like the higher ups at these, what was it? These member associations. That and that's obviously not, specific to CAF. That happens everywhere, even with FIFA itself. What was it? They promise all this money for all these different things, but really a lot of the time, the higher ups are just lining their own pockets. That's how it is. But it has yet to confirm what will happen to long running competitions such as the African Nations Championship, CHAN, a tournament reserved for players from Africa's domestic leagues, or existing regional tournaments like the COSAFA Cup for teams in South Africa. Hmm? What the? Oh, hey, hold on. What the hell? Hold on a minute. Uh, Alright, sorry about that. Thought I heard some. Alright, alright, where was I? Oh, yes. The role of CAF's General Secretary, Veran Mosengo Omba, is believed to have been key to implementing Infantino's will in this case. An old friend of the FIFA president since they studied law together at the University of Freiburg. Of course, this guy's friends with Infantino. Themon from the Democratic Republic of Congo, not the Congo? Yeah, whatever, has been accused of running the Confederation as his proprietorship and creating a toxic culture of fear where employees are fired for speaking out against him. Yeah, that makes sense. Mosengo Umba has not responded to the allegations, but he has exerted his control over CAF since moving from his role as FIFA's chief member associations officer in March of 2021. With insiders telling The Guardian that Motsepe has rarely visited its headquarters in Cairo. In 4 years of his mandate, he only came twice and met the staff once, one source said in October. It is understood that executives at IMG, the sports and marketing company that is now competing against Iris Sports Media, ISM, to be awarded a lucrative 8-year contract with CAF. Oh, hey there, Collins. Good to see you. Yeah. What was it? Just having a short New Year's Eve stream, just going over some quick stories. What was it then? Yeah, what was it? Preparing for Christmas tomorrow. Yeah. Happy holidays, man. It's good to see you. Hope you're having a fun Christmas Eve. So yeah. Right now I'm talking about AFCON, which has apparently been moved from a 2 year, from happening every 2 years to happening every 4 years at the request of FIFA. Yeah. Let's see, where was it? Here we go. Have expressed concerns over the allegations made against Mosengo Umba. Motsepe, for his part, has previously expressed total confidence in Mosengo Umba. A move away from holding the tournament every 2 years also raises questions over whether CAF would still be able to demand $1 billion from its negotiations with IMG and ISM, given that a deal was thought to be dependent on the AFCON remaining a tournament played every 2 years. So yeah, what was it? At the request of Gianni Infantino, they've decided to move the AFCON from every 2 years to every 4 years. And this is just an article going over, all the machinations that led to that, and the potential impact, financially and the like. With scheduling squeezed even tighter by the introduction of 2 extra matches in European club competitions and FIFA's new Club World Cup last year, CAF was forced to move AFCON to December after it had been scheduled to take place in the European close season. Yeah, what was it? Talked about before, but yeah, that is always a big talking point about AFCON. The fact that it happens, in the middle of the European season, and a lot of teams get a bit mad about losing players. What was it? I mean, it's a tough situation. Obviously, the teams have some right to be mad about losing players, but at the same time, what the AFCON is held when it's held for good reason, kind of has to be held, around winter time since it's kind of one of the only times you can play soccer in Africa, a lot of in a lot of places because of the heat. Yeah, well, it's just not a great situation all around. Not since the 2019 edition in Egypt has the tournament taken place in its original intended slot. with Infantino having hinted before the 2021 tournament in Cameroon that he would favor it being held in the newly expanded international window that is expected to run from roughly September 21st until October 6th, when it is introduced next year. Oh, yeah, I heard about this. What was it? What Gianni Infantino wants to do is instead of having like a bunch of smaller international breaks, they want to have like one or two bigger ones. At least I'm pretty sure that was what his plan was. Look that one up again. Yeah. How they would fit a 24 team tournament into 3 weeks remains anyone's guess. Oh crap. And here we see the issue with that plan. Oh god, this is just a shit show. Motsepe has been accused of being weak for failing to stand up to Infantino and FIFA. Eh, I mean, hmm. I mean, it might not necessarily be weakness. He might just be getting paid. Yeah, what was it? Which, is still weakness, I guess. Oh crap. But yeah, what was it? I mean, yeah, I have no doubt that Motsepe is like, what was it, taking cash for this, but also at the same time, not even if he didn't want to do this, I'm not really sure what he could do against Infantino and FIFA. I don't know. I don't know. It's not a good spot. But despite more compelling evidence that African football is now being run from Zurich rather than on the continent, he insisted that closer alignment and synchronization with the best domestic leagues will bring benefits. Yeah, what was it? That is interesting. It's like, yeah, ever since Infantino took over, it does feel like FIFA is trying to have like a bigger control over soccer as a whole globally. And it's like, and it's like UEFA and what was it, CONMEBOL. Well, mostly UEFA, but probably a little bit of CONMEBOL too, are probably the only federations or confederations or whatever that could really feasibly stand up to FIFA. It's like CONCACAF. It's like, yeah, they have a lot of members, but like, there's not too much money there. What was it? CAF, definitely not. What was it? The Asian Federation, probably not. Oceania, just get out of here. There's nothing they're gonna do. So yeah, what was it? It does feel like FIFA is kind of, yeah, trying to consolidate a little bit, trying to, grab a bit more power. More than they already have. Because, it's never enough. It's never enough for these types. Nothing's ever enough. Never enough money, it's never enough power, never enough anything. I fought, but had to look at the facts and have to compromise. Yeah, I'm sure you fought. I'm sure you fought for about 5 seconds before they slipped 10 grand into your pocket. Oh, crap. He said, "We want to ensure that African football players do not find themselves, as has often been the case, in the calendar or fixture conflict between their football clubs and their national teams." I mean, obviously that's a good idea. I feel like there is merit to that, but it's a harder situation than it sounds. And it's like, I don't know, what was it? I would obviously like it to, if they could find a situation where neither team really loses out, but I'm really not sure if they will, or if they even can, if I'm being honest. Yeah, it's just a bad situation. But yeah, what was it? So yeah, that was this article. Well, yeah, Infantino is flexing a bit, trying to, yeah, what was it? Well, yeah, flexing a bit, showing some power over the over CAF. Yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, what was it? I mean, I do have to admit, AFCON isn't exactly a tournament I watch very often. But I do see its importance. I do see its importance to African soccer, and yeah, I don't think it's great that what was it FIFA can just that Infantino can just mess with it like this, and what was it? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, that was pretty much all I had to say about that article. I'm only gonna talk about one more article. I want to end things off. Yeah, I wanted to end things off on a bit of a lighter note, a bit of a lighter flavor, as you might say. Martha Stewart becomes latest celebrity to invest in Swansea City FC. That is right. Martha Stewart, the celebrity chef, what was it? Is the newest in the freaking conga line of celebrities to invest in Swansea City of all teams. Alongside her good friend Snoop Dogg, who she owns a cannabis farm with. No, I'm not joking. That's a real thing. Look it up. Oh, crap. What is going on in Swansea City, man? Oh, crap. What do so many celebrities freaking see in that place? I don't know. God. So yeah, what was it? This story comes to us from The Guardian, written by Jasper Jolly. Jasper Jolly. There's no way in hell that's their real name. What? And this was written Wednesday, December 24th, Christmas Eve. There's no way that's their actual name. What the hell? Okay, alright, weird names aside, let's get into this. US lifestyle entrepreneur joins Snoop Dogg and Luka Modric by making minority investments in the Welsh club. Oh crap, what was it? Yeah, let's see. The American lifestyle personality Martha Stewart has become the latest celebrity to become a co-owner of Swansea City Football Club. Wait, isn't she a celebrity chef? What does Martha Stewart do? I don't know. I straight up don't actually know what Martha Stewart does. You know, what was it? That actually reminds me. When I was a kid, I didn't know what Snoop Dogg did either. Yeah, no, really. Snoop Dogg, he would appear in a lot of shows and movies, but I feel like they would never really reference what he was famous for. You know, what was it? He was a celebrity cameo, but I didn't know what he was a celebrity for. Like, he would just show up and stuff, and everybody would be like, "Hey, it's Snoop Dogg," and I'm like, "I know who that is." But I don't actually know what he does. I swear to God, I did not know Snoop Dogg was a rapper until like my mid-teens. And by that point, I had known who he was. Or I had like heard of him like my entire life, he was just kind of there. I don't know. Am I an idiot or was it can anybody else relate to that? Can anybody else understand where I'm coming from here? Oh god. Whatever. Stewart will join rapper Snoop Dogg and the footballer Luka Modric as minority owner of the Welsh club, which plays in the second tier of England's football pyramid. The announcement was made in a post on the club's website by two of its owners, Brett Cravett and Jason Cohen. The post did not disclose the size of the investment. Okay, so for all we know, she could own like one share. She could own like one share, and this whole thing could just be a massive publicity stunt. Ah. Because who knows? Who knows? That feels like something that would happen. The move underlines the increasing influence in British football of U.S. owners. Yes, U.S. owners. That very uncontroversial thing in British football. Oh god. who appear to be drawn by the strong heritage and potential financial returns, at least for clubs below the Premier League. Yeah, what was it? Yeah, what was it? Trying to buy a Premier League club is just not it's just not in the cards for a lot of people, even a lot of pretty rich celebrities. Like, I'm not sure Snoop Dogg actually has the money to buy a Premier League club. I'm not sure if either of them do, even together. That's just how much money is in the Premier League. It's crazy. The retired American football star Tom Brady is a minority owner at Birmingham City. Yes, Tom Brady, the American football star, who also drew names at the 2026 group stage draw. Uh, that was a fun night. Totally nothing controversial or stupid happened there. uh, while Stewart attended last week's gasp 2-1 comeback against Wrexham FC. Oh my god. Oh my god. Are they gonna make a show? Are they gonna make a freaking Wrexham knockoff with Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart? Okay, what was it? Would anyone here watch a Swansea City show with Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart? Tell me, like, yeah, like, tell me in the chat, or like tell me in the comments if I turn this into a clip. Would you watch that show? What was it? I might not. I never watched Wrexham, so it's like, I don't know. Well, then again, I actually like Snoop Dogg, so who knows? I might actually watch that show. Oh god, who knows? A North Wales club that has secured 3 successive promotions thanks to the heavy financial backing of the Hollywood actors Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney. Oh, yeah, what was it? He changed his name to Rob Mack, who has also changed his name from Rob McElhenney. What? I didn't read that beforehand. I straight up didn't. I gotta finish reading shit before I say stuff. Reynolds and Mack have created a Disney television show tracking their fortunes with Wrexham. Yep, welcome to Wrexham. We've all heard of it. The Guardian has revealed that Wrexham received an unusual grant of £18 million from the local council to help build a new stand in its stadium. Wait, not a new stadium, just a new stand? All right, yeah. I don't know how much a stadium costs to build. Who knows? Swansea City are also looking to buy its council-owned stadium. The club's chief executive told a podcast last month. Yeah, what was it? Of course, Swansea City isn't important enough to get news coverage, so they what was it? They have to announce this shit on a podcast. That's great. Stewart is often credited as the first self-made billionaire in the US after building a huge retail and lifestyle brand around her catering company. She has written 99 books according to her website. Oh, wait. So is she a caterer or so she is a chef? Hold on. Hold on. Let me look this up. Okay, she is a chef. Okay. What was it? I don't know. They kept referring to her as like a lifestyle coach or something like that, or I guess retail. I always knew her as a chef. It's like I legitimately thought that was the only thing she did. I didn't know she freaking owned a retail and lifestyle brand and wrote a bunch of books. God damn. I gotta start I gotta start paying more attention to Martha Stewart, I guess. Let's see. The Martha Stewart brand has been sold several times and remains well known. How does Martha Stewart sell the Martha Stewart brand? Whatever. You can sell anything these days, you really can. Particularly in the US, despite her 2004 conviction for conspiracy, obstruction of justice, and other charges in the relation to her sale of shares in the company I'm Clone Systems, Stewart served 5 months in prison. Oh yeah, what was it? Yeah, she got caught for like what was it, insider trading, and spent a little while in jail. What was it? These days, if she did that shit these days, she wouldn't say a single day in prison, man. God damn, it's a miracle she even got a few months. Like, god damn. In recent years, she has struck up a perhaps unlikely friendship with Snoop Dogg, appearing with him at the 2024 Paris Olympics. Yeah, what was it? Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg are friends, and the two of them own a cannabis farm together, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, man. I don't know. The size of the celebrity's minority investment has not been disclosed. Yeah, what was it? We don't actually know how much they own. We just know they're minority investors. These two could have like 2 shares between the two of them. We don't know. However, neither Snoop Dogg nor Modric, who joined AC Milan this year from Real Madrid, are listed as persons with significant control on the UK's company register. Yeah, makes sense. I feel like yeah, clubs will occasionally like get celebrities to become minority owners to have like, a friendly face a friendly face connected to the club. I think it happened with Michael Jordan once with Liverpool, I think. And yeah, it's happened a few times. Tom Brady too is another example of that. Let's see, where was I? Oh yeah. Kravitz and Cohen, they're the actual owners, who together co-founded Los Angeles marketing company Centerfield. I I think they might be involved in the wrong sport here. I feel like center field is usually a baseball term, but whatever. Where was it? Pointed to the increased exposure and increased visibility we have as a club following the additions of Snoop and Luca to our ownership group. The addition of Stewart does not appear to have added significant resource for transfers. Kravitz and Cohen said that we do not expect the January window to be a particularly busy one for Swansea City. Under new head coach Vitor Matos, they pointed to Matos's experience in developing young players. Okay, so she's the new owner, but it's unclear what she does and it's unclear what she actually provides to the club, other than like, some brief social media buzz. So like what's the point of any of this? Did what was it? Did she just want to have like a fun thing? Did she just want to have like a fun photo op with her friend Snoop Dogg? Yeah, who knows. Kravitz and Cohen wrote, "We are very excited to welcome Martha on board, and we know experiencing Friday night's game in person has only increased her own enthusiasm and participation for being part of Swansea City." Swansea City have been owned by an American consortium since 2016, just like most British clubs. uh, Although Kravitz and Cohen took control last year. All right. So yeah, like I said, I wanted to end things off kind of light. Was a light, fun story. Yeah. I don't know what to say here. It's Martha Stewart. She owns maybe like 2 or 3 shares in Swansea City. I don't know what to say to this. It's like I doubt this is gonna have a big impact on Swansea City. I really doubt she's gonna be there very often. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that was definitely just for some like quick social media buzz, you know what I mean? God. So yeah, what was it? Like I said, this is gonna be a short stream. Uh yeah, just wanted to have a nice fun stream before before Christmas tomorrow. Yeah, I got some stuff I gotta wrap up, and then I gotta, get to bed, make sure I'm ready. So yeah, thank you for watching. What was it? Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and whatever else. Yeah. I hope you had fun. That being said, see you next time. Good night.